Good evening and welcome to the Board of Education meeting for Greeley-Evans School District 6 on May 11th, 2026. This meeting will now come to order. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Lemon, will you please call the roll?
Director Azari.
Present.
Director Bentley.
Present.
Director Campos-Spitzi.
Present.
Director Edmonds.
Present.
Director Lemos-Garcia.
Present.
Director Mash.
Present.
Director Rogie.
Present.
All board members present.
And I would also like to acknowledge our Council of Student Representatives students here for their final meeting as they are both graduating before our next time together. But President of the CSR, Sarah Venegas from Early College Academy, and Abby Tovar from Greeley Central High School. And you guys have your presence and your feedback and your participation has been so great, and we're very excited to see what you all do in the future. All right. So as I mentioned, this is our last meeting of the school year. We want to send all of our best to our seniors, especially, and all of our students who are completing AP exams. We're excited to celebrate with our retiring educators since we had a snow day, which I guess we're not entirely shocked because Colorado just weather is crazy. But lots to celebrate, all of the hard work that culminates here in the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions about our graduations, locations, times, and also if you would like to refresh your memory on our new clear bag policy that we are instituting at all of our major events and sporting events, please visit the district website. I would also like to invite the community to a specific retirement celebration for Mr. Wes Tuttle, who has served in District 6 for 35 years. This will be on Monday, June 8th from 3 to 4 p.m. here at our district administration building. There will be some remarks at 3:30 p.m. So if you are available to come and celebrate with us and with Mr. Tuttle, his remarkable career, we would love to have you. No RSVP is needed. And then another exciting new change here in Greeley is that we now have a semi-pro soccer team. That this is their inaugural season. It's called Atletico Union. We have 15 former and current D6 students that are playing on those teams. The mission of this new soccer team is to develop and showcase Greeley's talented youth through soccer, helping to create pathways to scholarships, education, and a strong future for our community. And we already know that many of our soccer students have received scholarships. The goal is to get them more opportunities to be seen by coaches, and then there's also international students that are coming to play on this team to really help to sharpen the skills of our students. So their first game will be at Jackson Field on Saturday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. So after you have been to a couple of graduations and maybe eaten some graduation food at a party, come on over to the inaugural game and watch some amazing young people play soccer. We would now like to approve the agenda, which is an action item and will require a motion.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the agenda as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you please give us a vote?
Director Azari.
Aye.
Director Bentley.
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzi.
Aye.
Director Edmonds.
Aye.
Director Lemos-Garcia.
Aye.
Director Mash.
Aye.
Director Rogie.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. And now we're moving on to our superintendent's honor roll, so I'll give it over to Dr. Pilch.
Thank you so much, President Mash. It is my pleasure to have two sets of Superintendent's Honor Roll honorees tonight. 4 different students will be invited up to be recognized. And first, I want to recognize the 2 amazing young women sitting next to me from the Council of Student Reps who have represented the Council of Student Reps here at our board meetings, every board meeting. And Sarah, right next to me, has done this for 2 years now. Both of these young women have not only been leaders here with us at the dais, but also have been leaders at CASB, have been leaders at their own schools, and leaders district-wide. And we're so proud of them, and we're going to miss you both. But we know that whatever you do, you're going to go on and do just remarkable, amazing things in the future. And we look forward to hearing what you do and hearing how you lead in your future. And I know the two of you, so I imagine that after I say thank you, you're gonna have something to say to us. So thank you, Sarah and Abby, and I'll give you a chance to share, and then I'll give you your honor rolls. Okay, thank you.
Ooh, guys, I still get nervous every time I come up here. Okay, so good evening, President Mash, Dr. Pilch. Oh yeah.
Does that feel better?
That's better. Look at me. That's better, right, guys? All right. Well, hello, everyone. Good evening, President Mash, Dr. Pilch, members of the board, and everyone here tonight. I'm Sarah Venegas, a senior from Early College Academy who has had the privilege to not only serve as this year's president for CSR, but also serve my second year as a student board representative here with all the board members. And I just want to express my absolute gratitude for having the opportunities given to me by District 6, having the opportunity to be in such an amazing group of students such as CSR, and having the opportunity to sit here with all these board members and not only connect with them during these board meetings and have them hear what I have to say on behalf of all of our students, but also being able to connect with them outside of the district, whether that is through CASB, right? Being able to just have fun with them and understand that they're normal people just like we are. Every time they visit a school or every time I hear other students say, the board members are gonna come visit us, I'm like, guys, they're just like you and I. Like, they're super awesome. So don't be too nervous, just be yourself. Don't be such a square. And I'm just so thankful for all of the district staff and all the teachers and all of the mentors that I have had throughout these 12 years in District 6, but especially throughout my high school career, these 4 super important years. Every single year I've been granted a new opportunity that just allows me to become a stronger student and an even stronger leader. And I know that everything that I have learned from District 6, I will continue to carry on within my future. That way I'm always carrying the values of District 6, being positive, being strong, being outspoken for those who might not have the courage yet to speak for themselves. And all of these practices and all of these lessons that I have learned from District 6, I will continue to carry and continue to always represent us, because District 6 is my home. And just because I'm leaving for now doesn't mean I won't be back. So thank you so much to everyone, and I'm so grateful, and I wouldn't be the student I am today without all of you. And now I will introduce Abigail Tovar.
Good evening, board, Dr. Pilch, and everyone here tonight, from the District 6 officials and everyone in the audience and anyone watching online. I just want to take this opportunity to highlight all of the blessings that I have had from serving as a student representative here. First, thank you, Dr. Pilch, for creating the Council of Student Representatives, and I could just tell that you listen to the students in the district, and thank you for giving us a voice. And the Council of Representatives is truly, truly life-changing for me, so thank you. And it's a prime example of the fact that you care about our students so much, so thank you. And being a part of these meetings has given me firsthand experience in advocacy. My peers at school come up talking to me about dress code, phone policy, curriculum, and more. They trust me to share this feedback with the Council of Student Representatives and you guys. Being in this position has not only helped me find my voice, but it has also granted me with lifelong connections, whether that be with board members, District 6 officials, and even other leaders across other high schools. I seriously cannot thank you guys for the amazing opportunities that District 6 has granted me with. As I wrap up this speech, I just want to share a little bit about where I plan to go. I'm going to Colorado State University, and I'm super excited about that. I plan to study in communications, which is where my internship was, so shout out D6 Communications. And I just want to say thank you so much, like specifically to some of the board or the District 6 officials that I went to the Capitol with. That was really, really fun, whether that was my junior year or this last year. Thank you for that. That was really cool. And just to all of you guys, every time I see you at the assemblies or at my games, it just means a lot to me that you guys care. So seriously, thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, I'm grateful for everything. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies, and congratulations again. I also have the honor of recognizing two of our younger scholars tonight, and I rarely get to recognize our younger scholars, so I'm really excited about this. We have two young folks with us who have contributed greatly to the American Heart Association's Kids Heart Challenge and the American Heart Challenge. So I would like to invite Jody Abrams, the Region Vice President, to come up and speak about American Heart Association and tell us more about these two fine young students. Oh, please bring the students up. So let's announce their names. Noah Prignieto and John Michael Sheehan. Welcome to the podium.
Oh, come on up, guys. Hi there. You can stand right here, and you stand right here. Well, I didn't tell them that they had to prepare, but they both gave me.
Yeah? Okay, we're gonna let you.
Okay, Noah. Me first?
Yeah, you go
Okay,
first.
I would love to. I will talk all about you guys. Okay, wonderful. Board and Dr. Pilch, thank you so much for inviting us to come out tonight to recognize these incredible young men who really did excel in the American Heart Association's Kids Heart Challenge program this year. Out of 12,753 students across the state of Colorado who participated in our program, I would like to introduce you to two superstars. First up, we have Noah. Noah, can you tell them your name?
Hi, I'm Noah
Tell them your last name, your whole name.
Prignieto.
Very good. And Noah attends, what school do you go to?
Toyton Academy of Pre-Engineering.
Pre-engineering. He is an amazing student, and he ended up number 19 in the entire state of Colorado, raising a grand total of $1,334.36. So, round of applause. Okay, and I would also like to introduce John Michael Sheehan. John Michael, can you tell them your name?
I'm John Michael Sheehan.
Very good. And what school do you go to?
Montfort Elementary.
Excellent. John Michael ended up number 29 out of 12,753 students across the state of Colorado by raising $1,211.17. To these amazing young men, I would like to say thank you for your dedication and your vision in raising these amazing amounts of money that will fund life-saving research and advance medical care and provide education that saves lives of those affected by heart disease and stroke. Your efforts are inspiring, and we are so very proud of you. Kids Heart Challenge is about more than a fundraiser, though. It's about learning how to take care of your heart, making a difference for others, and you guys embraced that challenge and truly stood out, and we are grateful for your leadership. I'd also like to share a quick heartfelt thanks with the educators who made this possible. At Toyton Academy, we had David Frawley, who heads up this program with the support, of course, of his principal. And at Montfort, Robbie Budstrom does a great job of leading this program as well, and we're very grateful for them. All right. Do you have something you would like to say? No. Okay, Noah, what would you like to say?
Hi.
Absolutely.
I would like to thank everybody who donated to me to make this possible. I really thank everybody.
You're doing a great job. That's a great job. Lots of people donated. Absolutely. Thank you so much for allowing us a few moments to recognize the amazing accomplishments of these wonderful students.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to both of you. Thank you for being here to present those young men with that honor. And thank you guys for telling us about that. The next item is another special item, which is a Mental Health Month proclamation. This is an action item and will require a motion.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the proclamation declaring May as Mental Health Month as presented.
Second.
And Mr. Azari, would you please read the proclamation this evening?
I'd be happy to. Honorary proclamation of the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6, Mental Health Month. Whereas mental health is just as important as physical health, and taking care of our minds helps ourselves and our families, schools, and workplaces thrive. And whereas more than 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 7 children in the United States faces a mental health challenge each year, and many people living with stress, anxiety, depression, trauma, substance use, and other mental health conditions. And whereas getting help early and having access to affordable behavioral health care can prevent crises, reduce suicides, lower hospital stays, and prevent incarceration, leading to healthier residents of Greeley. And whereas students and staff of Greeley-Evans School District 6 have access to compassionate, comprehensive services, including counseling, crisis response, residential care, and community-based supports through North Range Behavioral Health. And whereas North Range Behavioral Health has achieved federal CCBHC, which stands for Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinic designation, and is a comprehensive and essential mental health safety net provider serving Weld County. And whereas North Range Behavioral Health works with schools, medical providers, first responders, health and human services, employers, faith communities, and local partners to make sure mental health support is available when people need it. And whereas National Mental Health Month is observed each May to raise awareness, reduce stigma, support recovery, and remind people that it is okay to ask for help. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6, do hereby proclaim May as Mental Health Month. And we encourage our community to support mental health awareness, promote understanding, and help ensure that mental health care is available to everyone who needs it. Give it under my hand and the executive seal of Weld County of School District 6 this 11th day of May 2026. Natalie Mash, President.
Thank you, Mr. Azari. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, we will go ahead and take our vote.
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos-Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
And we are very pleased to make this proclamation, and I see that Michaela Sanchez is here to receive it.
Yes, thank you so much. I have a couple notes, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them up on my phone as is the sign of the times. Thank you to Dr. Pilch and the board for this proclamation. As mentioned, my name is Michaela Sanchez, and I'm Marketing and Community Outreach Director for North Range Behavioral Health. There were a lot of letters said in that proclamation, CCBHC, And I just want everyone to know that regardless of what those letters happen to be at any certain point in time, we're the safety net provider. And what that means is that everyone of all ages, from all ages and stages, have access to compassionate care regardless of ability to pay. And that's the most important part. It's not only our value, but it's something that we are beholden to on a federal level and a state level. I want to thank the district for your commitment to mental wellness for our students and our staff. And this isn't just through a proclamation. This has been year after year after year. We have a long-standing partnership with Greeley-Evans School District 6, from our school-based services where people have access to support on site through a school-based therapist, through mental health education and suicide prevention training for our high schoolers to help them understand signs and symptoms of how to recognize risk factors in themselves and their friends and how to get connected to a trusted adult. We also have partnered on employee wellness initiatives where the district has shown a priority for caring for the well-being of our staff. We know that caregivers of all different roles in a child's life, the mental well-being and health of the caregiver is a direct impact on the mental wellness of our children. So thank you so much for being a long-standing partner and for proclaiming May as Mental Health Month.
And I will give it back to Dr. Pilch to introduce us to some new members of the district leadership team.
Thank you, President Mash. I am excited to come to you tonight with 5 recommendations for new members on our district leadership team. And we just continue to be so excited about our candidate pools and who we are bringing into positions. I first want to introduce to you, I hope a familiar face, Cassie Guy. Cassie, stand up while I talk about you, please. Thank you. Cassie will be coming back to the district office as the K-12, as a K-12 culturally linguistically diverse coordinator here in the district. And she has served as the elementary coordinator in the past, but most recently she's been serving as the assistant principal at Toynton Academy of Pre-Engineering. We're excited to have her come back over and really provide her expertise to our English language learners. Prior to Cassie moving to the district office back in 2018, she taught for over 10 years, was a 5th grade teacher, an English language arts teacher, a Title I interventionist, an English language development teacher, and finally a culturally linguistically development teacher here in our district. And just so excited that Cassie has continued to commit to the district, and we look forward to welcoming her back over here. Congratulations. I'd also like to introduce John Spencer to you. That's you, John. There you go. So I want to first give you just a little bit of background. I'm recommending John tonight as the interim assistant principal at Brentwood Middle School. We did a search and a full interview, and we did not make a match on the assistant principal at Brentwood. And during that time, some of us in the room were saying to the principal, what about John Spencer? And she did not think he was really interested or ready to move into administration after 22 years of teaching. And so she called me and said, what do you think about John Spencer? I said, I think offer him the job and we'll put him in as interim if he'll say yes and take this opportunity and help us out over the next year. So John, we're so glad to have you. You've proven yourself as an excellent social studies teacher at Brentwood. You've been the lead of the department. You've overseen the AVID program, and you've just done so much for the children here. So thank you for taking this opportunity on. I appreciate it. And then another internal hire here in the district, Trish Thompson, who will be taking the role as assistant principal at Northridge High School. And some of you have seen Trish over at Jefferson High School, where she has served as the instructional coach since 2020. Prior to that, she was a teacher here in our district, teaching English language development, and was also an AVID coordinator here in the district. She started her career in Mesa Public Schools in Arizona, where she taught AVID, career and technical ed. She was an English teacher, and then she came to Colorado and joined us at Jefferson. So we're really excited to have her join us over at Northridge High School. Congratulations, Trish. And now I have a couple of out-of-district hires for you. I'm really pleased to introduce to you Mr. Stephen Apodaca. Yeah, go ahead and applaud for him. We need to let these outside people know how much we love our people, right? So Stephen will be the principal at S. Krista McAuliffe K-8 STEM Academy. He's already been over there meeting with staff and with some of the families and the students. So he's already beginning to make that transition, although he doesn't officially start until July. Stephen comes with tremendous principal experience. We are just so fortunate that he was in a position in his former district where he was ready for a new challenge and has heard about the great things going on over here. And so he is coming to us from the Poudre School District, where he served for over 20 years as an assistant principal and a principal. Prior to that, Stephen spent time in the Santa Ana Unified School District in California, where he was a classroom teacher, an interventionist, an assistant principal, and a district administrator. And so just really excited to have Stephen. He comes to us from a school that it is a Title I school, and so this will be a new experience for him, and we're really glad to have you, Stephen, and thank you for coming over tonight. Congratulations. And then finally, our candidate who has traveled the furthest, and I'm so pleased she's here tonight, Lindsay Garcia, will be our new principal at Meeker Elementary School. And Minzy comes to us from Seminole Independent School District in Texas. So she is in a very large K through 2 elementary school. She's been there for almost 20 years, serving as the assistant principal. And she was ready to be a principal, and her superintendent told me, I just don't have anything for her right now, but she is ready. She should be a principal. And so we're so excited that she decided to come. She really needed to move to Colorado because I think her husband has already moved here. So thank you, Mr. Lindsay Garcia, for bringing us your wife as a new principal all the way from Texas. Lindsay has also served as a media technology specialist and an instructional coach. And as she told us in the interview, all of her work has been in Title I schools and in schools with children like the kids we serve here in Greeley. So welcome to Greeley, guys, and congratulations. There you go.
Do you have anything for your report as well?
But I will go quickly on my superintendent's report. I just want to remind everyone, we are coming up on the final 2 weeks of school here. We don't even have 2 full weeks left. And so first, and maybe most important for adults listening, we have moved the retirement celebration that was scheduled for last Wednesday to Thursday, May 14th. It will still be at University of Northern Colorado in the ballroom from 5 to 7. And so we're looking forward to honoring our retirees that night. And I will tell you, I did get a few texts saying, what about the retirement dinner? Can we reschedule? And Human Resources Department did yeoman's work to make that reschedule happen so that we could celebrate our retirees next week. And then I just want to remind you that next week this week we start the celebrations of our outgoing students. So Wednesday night we will recognize our students in our transitions program, and then next Tuesday we will recognize our students who will be graduating from the Project Search program, the partnership with UC Health. I will have my first graduation this Friday, where I've been invited to participate in Ames Community College's graduation, where they actually will graduate their students from Early College Academy who are earning an associate's degree. Can't wait to see you there, Sarah. And then we just hit the ground running with multiple graduations after that. It just doesn't stop until the last day of school, and then we still have one more graduation after that. So we're all getting geared up and ready, and it's the most exciting time where we really get to see the fruition of our work, that when students walk across the stage and actually begin to contribute to their world in a brand new way. So looking forward to all those events coming up. Thank you, President Mash.
Thank you. Item number 7 on the agenda is we don't have an Innovation 2030 update this evening. And then I also don't believe that we have anyone signed up for public participation. So we'll move on to the consent agenda, which is an action item.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves items as presented on the consent agenda and authorizes the officers to sign any and all contracts.
Second.
Thank you both. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos-Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. And now we will hear from our District Accountability Committee and receive their budget recommendations. I would like to invite the chair, Nate Johnson, to the podium, and Mr. Osmus.
Thank you, President Mash, members of the school board, Dr. Pilch, and our members from the Council of Student Representatives for the last time this year. My name is Anthony Osmus, and I serve as the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary and K Leadership, and it has been my pleasure to facilitate the District Accountability Committee meetings this past school year. Now, one of the District Accountability Committee's responsibilities is to make recommendations to the Board of Education regarding the spending of district funds. In preparation for these recommendations, members have reviewed the District Unified Improvement Plan and Innovation 2030. Additionally, members have gained a deeper understanding of district priorities and challenges through the discussions during the Superintendent's Forum and other budget information presented throughout the year. Here with me today is Chairperson Nate Johnson, who will present a summary of the top recommended budget priorities from the District Accountability Committee.
Thank you, Anthony. Good evening, Dr. Pilch, President Nash, and members of the board. Tonight, I am here to provide you with a summary of feedback gathered from the District Accountability Committee regarding budget priorities for next year. This report reflects themes identified across 17 survey responses and is intended to help inform future budget discussions and decision-making. The DAC budget recommendation document can be found in your board packet. This year, and to staff credit, our survey that we take every year was completely redesigned, and I think it gave us a much better appreciation for the actual budget side of things instead of just priorities, and made things a lot more realistic as we were trying to work through the budget recommendation exercise. The survey is also at the back of your board packet. I think you will find it much more interesting and a lot better than previous years. Overall, the feedback emphasized maintaining investments that directly support students and contribute to safe, supportive learning environments. Committee members consistently highlighted the importance of school safety, mental health supports, counseling services, academic interventions, small class sizes, and special education services as foundational elements to student success. When discussing areas for potential reduction or reevaluation, technology spending emerged most frequently. Stakeholders expressed interest in ensuring instructional technology is used strategically and effectively, particularly in younger grades, and encouraged the district to continue evaluating programs, materials, and digital platforms for overall usage, impact, and alignment to student outcomes. The committee also identified several key drivers of student success that should continue to be prioritized, including concurrent enrollment opportunities, advanced coursework, counseling and advising services, and extracurricular activities. Overall, the feedback reflects a desire to prioritize people-centered investments, maintain strong student supports, improve efficiency, and continue investing in opportunities that support all District 6 students. I want to thank you all for your recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month as well too, with one student on a 504 and another one on an IEP. It's very near and dear to my heart, and continuing to see the advancement in community and family support throughout the district, along with mental health support, is absolutely huge, and I really appreciate your guys' support on that. So, as I do every year, or have the last couple of years, I'd like to continue to challenge dads to get involved. We had another dad involved in DAC this year. Unfortunately, he's moving and leaving us, so I may be solo again, but I would love for some other dads to get involved. I think it's extremely important for them to be involved in their child's education, and I appreciate you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for presenting this information and also for serving as chair. Is this your second year or even?
My 4th year on the DAC and 3rd year as chair.
Well, thank you very much. And I love the call to more dads as well. Dr. Campos-Spitzy has a question or comment.
Yes.
So you list that there's a total of 17 survey responses.
Yes.
Can you clarify for us how many DAC members are there?
It varies from night to night. Typically in that 20 range. Every school has a representative. It's just a matter of who can attend, and that's how many were in attendance at our last meeting. Yeah, it usually starts out stronger and kind of fades off towards the end of the year, especially after Christmas break. But I will say that the group that we had this year was much more consistent and a much larger group than we've had in past years, especially towards the tail end of DAC.
Thank you.
I'm not seeing any other questions or comments, but again, thank you. And I do agree that this is very well-rounded, easy to read, see where your priorities are and where we will take this all into consideration. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
One of the main duties of the board is to create and revise policy. And so we will move on to our next agenda item, which is revisions to policy ECAF, use of video and audio monitoring, which is an action item.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the revisions as presented to policy ECAF, use of video and audio monitoring.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? If you are interested, we did receive some additional information on these policies and had some conversation in our work session. You can find that on YouTube. Ms. Lemon, will you please give us a vote?
Yes, and President Mash, I apologize, I did not hear who seconded the motion.
What was that?
Who seconded the motion? I apologize, I
Oh.
didn't hear. Thank you. Okay, and for the vote, Director Zari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
And next is revisions to policy ICA, school year, school calendar, instruction time.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the revisions as presented to policy IC/ICA, school year/calendar, school calendar/instruction time.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion?
I have a motion to make.
Okay.
I move the policy ICA is revised where it states work study to say work-based learning as part of our discussion that we had earlier.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion to amend? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you give us a vote?
Director Zari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
And then do we need an additional, if someone would please provide a motion to vote on the amended policy?
So we already made that motion to begin with. So we've
we need to
amended the
take a
motion,
vote.
now we'll just vote on the original.
Now we'll just vote. Okay.
Got it.
Will you please give us a vote?
Yes, thank you. Director Zari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
7.5 years in, maybe I'll be a Robert's Rule of Order expert
By the time you leave.
in another year and a half. Okay. Next, revisions to policy JICA, student dress code. This is an action item as well.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the revisions as presented in version 2 to policy JICA, student dress code.
Second.
Thank you all. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemus Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mesh?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
And last policy revision for policy KF, community use of school facilities.
I move that the Board of Education at Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the revisions as presented to policy KF, community use of school facilities.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you please give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemus Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mesh?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
And the last item on our agenda is a negotiations update. And I will invite Mrs. Overton and Aaron Snyder, president of the GEA, to the podium.
Good evening. Let's see if I got this right. Good evening, President Mash and board members and Dr. Pilch. We're excited to be here tonight to talk about and give you an update on our negotiations review over the last few months that we've been working. The committee met in February to set the works for the season, and then again in March to update the team and progress on tentative agreements. Finally, a small group of members met again in April to finalize the agreements and plan for the ratification vote and the communication after educators ratified the agreements. They approved the tentative agreement recommendations by the negotiations team on May 7th. As you're aware, the main work we do in negotiations is around these 4 committees right here. And each of these committees work around the year to problem solve and collaboratively with both GEA and district administration. Tonight, we'll update you and our community about the agreements that were made from each of these committees. Our negotiations team reached consensus around these 4 areas of the Time and Learning Committee, chaired by Dr. Thompson in Human Resources and President Snyder. The work around building consistency across the district is continuing. We will keep the existing workday and the 30-minute duty-free lunch as described in the master contract. The team recognized the value in the soft start and agreed to incorporate it into the morning routines for students. The name change to morning routines reflects the instructional work that will be addressed during the time frame. During the morning routines, breakfast will be included in all of our schools. Teachers will have flexibility in how they manage their plan time outside of the student day. For safety reasons, we will ask employees who leave during the contracted day to follow the protocol to communicate with the office when leaving the building. We worked through agreements to build consistency across District 6, and the teachers will maintain their 268 minutes of individual planning time. And that planning time will be between 40 and 50 minutes of a block of time each day for teachers. As schools will, actually it's for certified staff. Schools will add a few minutes of transition time to and from lunch so that students can arrive at the cafeteria safely, and teachers will maintain their full lunchtime. The amount of transition time will depend on the school site. You may remember the list of meetings that the team identified in February. School leadership reviewed the list and determined which meetings were district required or building required. The negotiations team agreed on a plan of no more than 3 meetings per week and determined what would count for those 3 meetings. Some conversations were had about how to combine meetings to address redundancy of content. The team also addressed the number of assessments that were completed annually. While there were a lot of assessments, many are required by the federal or state government. The district administrators worked with various stakeholders to determine what changes could be made to the number of assessments educators would proctor. We are committed to reduce the number of assessments, and the committee is making adjustments based on the feedback the various stakeholders have given us. In June, the annual vertical team of teachers and district curriculum coordinators and directors will review and align the ELA priority standards and replace existing mid and end of year module assessments. The last agreement made with the Time and Learning Work Group will build consistency in the platforms that we use. The district team will review the intervention platforms to determine effectiveness and efficiencies. They will identify best practices, look at data across the district to determine where we are beating the odds and what these sites are doing to determine the best course of action, and then recommend some changes. Agreements from our professional development team include maintaining the popular D6 Essentials, which was the design of the negotiations team from 2025. This negotiations team agreed that safety and security should be added to our D6 Essentials work. Secondary educators will spend dedicated afternoon sessions with their building administrators reviewing school goals and initiatives to build familiarity with the expectations and priorities for the upcoming school year. During the final afternoon of New Professionals Academy, all educators will have time in the classroom and office setup to help ensure that they are prepared for a successful start to the school year. A professional development roadmap team collaborated to map out which Monday late starts would be building directed and which would be teacher or educator directed. In addition, the Innovation 2030 Professional Development Action Team is developing a pathway for education experts to lead professional development opportunities. Many educators are already facilitating professional development during both district and building directed professional learning time. And this pathway is intended to encourage more educators to share their expertise while supporting those interested in leading professional development opportunities and strengthening their facilitation skills and confidence. Now we'll talk about compensation. When the compensation co-chairs presented their work, they shared a lot of changes to the master contract this year. First, they discussed the agreements to the salary increases for educators. We agreed to granting steps and columns movement within the horizontal advancement process, as well as adding 2% to the base of the salary schedule, making the starting salary $54,101. And then the top of this, the highest salary would be $123,500. We agreed to the salary placement adjustments listed on this slide. One project the committee worked on was reviewing educators' placement on the salary schedule and those who were hired prior to 2022 or 2023. 36 educators were impacted by the negotiated protocols for salary placement during those hiring years. These educators will see a change in placement effective for the 2026-2027 school year, increasing their years of experience placement and a salary increase. There is communication that will go out to employees later this month or in the month of June so that they know what those adjustments are for those 36 employees. The negotiations team received an update about the various factors influencing employee benefits. The recommendation moving forward is to change insurance carriers from Aetna to UMR, a United Healthcare company. The plans and doctors' networks will remain the same. That's good news for all of our employees. District costs will increase approximately 17%, and employees will realize 8% of that cost, with one plan remaining at no cost to employees. The negotiations team heard feedback on the NICE healthcare system. It is a widely popular system, and we will continue offering that plan again next year. The dental plan will change to UMR, which is part of that United Healthcare I just mentioned, and the vision plan remains with IMED and does not incur any additional cost. Both the dental plan and the life insurance plan will incur an additional cost for the school district. Additional benefits include maintaining the accident and hospital indemnity plans and adding the critical illness with cancer coverage to our package. Our popular wellness programs will continue next year as well. We'll continue to use the Wellable app, and we'll continue with contests and individual and group incentives, and that refer to weight management, healthy eating, taking care of your numbers, and mindfulness kits. The career and technical education salary schedule was negotiated about 3 years ago. We agreed to add contract language related to the initial placement of all CTE educators on the certified schedule and remove the existing CTE schedule. This will create equity for all educators, both existing educators and new hires who are working in the district. Once this is done, we will then add contract language defining CTE in the master contract. Our hard-to-fill language has been fulfilled through a memorandum of understanding since before COVID. We are moving our hard-to-fill language to live within the master contract. This creates understanding for educators who come to District 6 and who want to read about the contract language prior to coming here. It will enable us to demonstrate how we are competitive across northern Colorado rather than having individuals reach out to find information before applying for a job or during the salary placement process. The committee also addressed the way CTE educators move on the salary schedule. As CTE educators are now placed on the main certified salary schedule, they are now eligible to complete the horizontal advancement for salary increases, just as any other educator who is not a CTE educator employee. This creates equity for everyone. Finally, we agreed to remove the old CTE salary schedule to ensure clarity in the contract. Continuing with compensation, the co-curricular task force is working to design a guidebook for coaches and athletic directors to build consistency across the system. The master contract co-curricular schedule needed some cleanup to correct some duplication of positions and clarity of language. You'll see the next iteration of the schedule alphabetized to help finding the appropriate position much easier. Some positions were removed, such as 4th and 5th intramurals, and other positions added, such as flag football and middle school esports. The negotiations team 3 years ago established behavior training for all certified staff. This year is no exception. We agreed to establish a behavior training 3.0, which will deepen the understanding of behavior and trauma in the professional development realm. Also included in the training will be the digital resources to be used as a reference for responding to behaviors. A restorative practices component is included in this digital resource, as well as a family-friendly component in the parent handbook. Many modules will be generated so that administrators new to our system or those who just need a booster can access the training concepts. As mentioned earlier, a safety component will be added to the D6 Essentials so that all new hires are prepped and ready on the first day of school so that they know all of the safety protocols. The systems of support team will continue to refine communication, consistency across the system, and collaboration within the behavior management. This information is held in Infinite Campus so that all sites have a consistent practice across the system and everyone knows where to access that information. Capturing this work in the master contract is important as we will identify the work within the systems of support purpose. The next steps for the systems of support team includes the SOS survey in May before the end of the year. They will provide a guide for our sites to strengthen the referral process and develop year-long PD plans to meet staff and student needs as they respond to behaviors. Building leaders will receive a template and some examples to use as a reference to enhance the referral process. Last year, just in terms of talking about that survey, last year we had 693 complete the survey, and we anticipate having many more provide feedback on implementing the response to behavior discipline system. That is our presentation on all the tentative agreements that were made in negotiations this year. And we would be happy, Erin and I would be happy to entertain some questions from you.
Thank you very much. This is very extensive. Any comments or questions? I feel like your presentation was comprehensive. I recall all of those talking points that we had during negotiations. Once again, I would just like to call to attention this wonderful process for negotiating the master teacher contract each year. That the three entities of administration, GEA, and the board get together. Every voice is in the room. All of the challenges and potential problems to be solved are discussed. And then thank you to all of the teams who have been working for the past 4 months and years ongoing to reach these agreements.
President Mash, may I?
Yes, absolutely.
So I also want to say thank you to all of you. We are so unique in the way that we negotiate, and I just want to say thank you for participating, because not every school board does, and it's just another example of how vested you are into our community, and we appreciate it. I also want to say thank you for your patience. We had a lot of really hard conversations, and so your patience. Also, I want to thank you for your voluntary leadership and your good stewardship of our district and making it the best that it can be and continuing to have that in a collaborative way. And then officially, GEA has ratified this tentative agreement, and so thank you for considering accepting this tentative agreement as well.
Excellent. Well, I think we are ready to do so. So Ms. Lemon, will you please give us
We got a motion?
Oh, we need a motion first, though.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the tentative agreements to be incorporated into the 2026-27 District 6 Master Contract. These tentative agreements include the adoption of the salary schedules as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you please give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Edmonds?
Aye.
Director Lemos-Garcia?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Rogie?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much. It'll be a great year.
Thank you.
I would just like to say, is that okay if I just go ahead? Sorry. There's a process that I'm supposed to use and I didn't use it, but I just keep wanting to say thank you so much for the time that both of you have spent working on this and the hard conversations and all that it means to our teachers and our district that we are able to do this in a collaborative way. And I just want to thank you personally so much for your time and effort.
Well said. Thank you. Yeah. Well, that is all the business that we have for this evening. Best wishes to all of you in the last 10 days of school. I'm not sure how many, but we look forward to celebrating graduations with all of you. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.